Hello everybody, Helpcrex here, and welcome to another Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere, episode 402. And today we're going to be redoing another video that seemed to have disappeared off the face of the earth. About the Exterminator. It's a 2750 mech that it came to my attention. I was like, I'm going to go look through all my... wait a minute, this one's missing. Where'd it go? So we're going to be doing the Exterminator again. Alright, so the Exterminator. It's a 65-ton mech from the Star League. Basically, when in production it says in 2630, so it's been around for a long period of time. It's one of the first mechs that you see in the lineup of the Star League Defense Forces that has, well, XL engines. So it finds itself into a lot of different uses. More or less, they kind of describe this thing as your infiltrator type of mech, as it has supposed to have chameleon light polarization shielding on it to keep it hidden. So it's supposed to have a whole bunch of stuff on it that keeps it from being seen. So that's why it's a stealth infiltrator. Now, it is, like I said, 65 tons. It has... let's see, it's a 696, so it does have jump jets, has 10 double heat sinks, has 10.5 tons of standard slab armor for 168 points, which is, I think, 211 is supposed to be max on this thing. So, yeah, it's about 43 points short. And I do know if you go from standard slab armor and put ferro fibers on it, which is not really a big stretch by any means, you gain 20 more points. So, what's not to love about that? Yeah, that'd be one field expedient thing I would do with this thing without even having to change anything other than its armor. It has a profile of different kind of weapon systems. We have an LRM-10 in the center torso with a ton of ammunition. All right. Then we have 4 medium lasers, 2 in the right arm, 2 in the left arm. And then in the head, we got a small laser. And then we have an anti-missile system in the right torso with a ton of ammo. And then in each torso, we have 3 jump jets. All right, so that's it. So it's a kind of a fairly good mobile mech. It's a 696. You could easily run this in conjunction with, say, Phoenix Hawks, have them work together, which I have in the past. Have a Phoenix Hawk and maybe something else like a Spider or 2, and then an Exterminator running together as a Lance, and your Exterminator's adding the bit of heavy fire support, you know, going down the road with doing your scouting, jumping around type of thing. But I have to say is that the Exterminator was the very first mech that I ever played with that it gave me a severe dislike for XL engines. Like, whoa, wait a minute, I listened like 3 engine hits off losing just a torso, and it's like, and we're talking way back in the day when this book first came out and started seeing all these mechs on the table. So I was like, oh, not so good. Well, we have to play differently. And then you come to realize that everybody else that you played with realized that, hey, this mech has XL engines, it's easier to kill it just by taking out a torso, so they focus fire those things. And the life expectancy of a Exterminator was greatly decreased back in the day. So you learned how to keep this thing moving. Keep it out of the way of being hit too hard. So it's kind of like, we always treated it as a medium or light mech in terms of survivability back then. It's got to do something to keep it going. And the nice thing about this mech, which I do like, is that it had 4 medium lasers. You got 10 double heat sinks, so it can dissipate easily 20 heat. And if you do a jump in behind somebody, you have 4 medium lasers. That's 12. You jump 6 possibly. You know, you're looking at, there's 18, and you got a small laser. If you're within range, throw that in, and you're still running cool. Cool running. It's only if you decide to do something with that LRM-10, which typically you didn't do. You use the LRM-10 as kind of a harassment kind of weapon system as you're closing, And then when you got in close, and it was just using the medium lasers and the small laser. And yeah, it's like you're always jumping 6, you know, the best of your ability, to 5 or 6 to get that 3 mod going all the time. So yeah, that's basically how we always use the thing. And occasionally, if you had to get past that, or it's like, oh, I got a straight line where I can go run up to 9, you're still getting the 3 mod, but you know, it's like you're doing yourself a little bit of favor by not having a jump modifier on that. Instead, it's a run versus a jump. So now, just wish back in the day we had those perks and stuff for skills like jumping jack. That would have been just fine. You put jumping jack on an exterminator, it really kind of wakens up that mech to something totally different. So there. Now, let's see, we've got a few other write-ups here. And the battle value for this comes in at $13.85. So it's a bit spendy. When you look at a mech like this, a heavy mech coming in at $13.85, you're spending some points on one. And it just depends on the type of mission that you want to work with. It's how you're going to use this thing. So, but mobility is your friend with this mech. Don't slow down, because if you do, they're going to put more shots into you. And, well, if you got more shots hammering home, well, sad to say, but you're going to be finding yourself with some holes in you pretty quickly. So, and typically, you know, you do have a lot of armor. You know, you're looking at what, 20 in the torsos around that point. But yeah, that goes pretty quickly. You take a couple PPC hits or AC-10s back in the day, you know, it's like that torso's free to be worked on. And if you're running against somebody that's shooting a lot of LRMs at you also, they'll hit you with the PPCs and the large lasers, and they'll start hammering home with the LRMs, and next thing you know, it's like your armor that you thought was pretty decent is gone, and next thing it's like, okay, that XL engine is like, oh, it's kind of open up for exploitation type of thing. So yeah, you got to really look at that. It's like, and then, but when it comes to getting hit with the ammo hits, then you're like, well, just as long as they don't hit you in the center torso, you're good, right? Now, like I said, there's a few other versions of this mech. We're talking about the Delta version. Yeah, the 4 Delta. Now we got the 4 Alpha. This one come in during the Succession Wars when they came across the blueprints. Obviously, it's like it has a smaller engine, so it's now a 5.8 moving mech. Let's see if I got the write-up on this one here somewhere. No, there's the 4 Delta B. That one's just, that's got, yeah, the XL engines. Let's see here. 4 Alpha. L4 Alpha. 4 Delta. Yeah, the 4 Delta has 20 in the torsos. Yeah, they got it. That one comes with the anti-missile system. And that's in the right torso. So, yeah, you got a few places. It's kind of hard there. You got 8 spots to hit. So, getting the ammo is a little harder. To be honest, it's kind of easier to hit the ammo in the center torso a lot of times. So, there's that. Now, the 4 Alpha, this one has a machine gun with 1 ton of ammo, which really, you don't need a full ton of ammunition for a machine gun. You can go down to half ton and then maybe add another machine gun so you can burn through the ammo pretty quickly, or burn up infantry by shooting them up. And so that's a direct replacement for the anti-missile system. Then it has 10 double heat sinks replaced with singles because they no longer had double heat sinks. They went to singles because they can't make them anymore. And then you had the standard engine, so it's a 5.8. And then all the other, it's like now you just have standard armor, nothing special. It comes in at $13.72. So basically, they just got rid of the anti-missile system and the double heat sinks and the XL engines at the cost of, you know, your weapons. And you had to slow the thing down to make up for the tonnage difference that you don't have anymore. Then they have the 4 Charlie version. This is equipped with stealth armor. Okay, I played with this one and it makes it kind of interesting. And it includes a null system and a chameleon light polarization shield. This comes in at 1600 battle value. Stealth armor is kind of nice. You know, you obviously got to have double heat sinks, and it comes with all the other fun stuff that comes with that. But prevents you from being hammered out at long range, pretty much. Makes it easier to stay alive. But when you get in closer, especially during the era of the clans, it's like playing it. We were playing as a WoB version, and it died fairly quickly, you know, especially when you're facing off against clan tech. Then we have the 4 Delta Bravo. This version is a Star League Royal version, introduced in 2718. Replaces the LRM-10 and anti-missile system with an ER large laser and 2 additional medium lasers. So now you have an ER large laser and 6 medium lasers and another heat sink. So yeah, it's kind of like a swayback version. It comes in at about 1700 battle value, just slightly short of that. I played with this one before, and let me tell you, it's like, yeah, having the ER large laser is nice. You don't have to worry about ammo anywhere blowing up. And then you're just plinking away with that 8-point shot as much as you can. And when you get in close, then you're basically turning yourself into like a swayback. And having 6 medium lasers, and you can jump behind somebody. Yeah, you can dissipate 22 heat. But you're in crate 24, so that's not a big issue per se, because you can do that for a couple turns, and then you're starting to look at, okay, do I need, you know, do I worry? Now this is the thing, like I said before, it's one of those mechs where if you're constantly jumping, it's not overly a big deal. Getting a little hotter. This is one of the few times you can hear me saying it, because you're probably using the jump jets as much as possible. And using your run speed isn't going to affect your jump jets. Eventually it does affect your shooting capability because you're adding heat modifiers, but until that point hits, you can keep moving around. Then you're forced to say, all right, and I got to knock down how many I'm going to shoot, cool off, get rid of those mods on you, and then go back to it if you're still alive, type of thing. So not a bad mech. I do like that Royal Star League version a lot. And that's the 4 Delta B. I think I got it here somewhere. Yes. 1694. So you got the 6 medium lasers. Yeah, it's like you got 2 in the left, right torso, and 2 in the center. Yeah, and then you got the ER large in the right arm. This one is one of those mechs that has seen a lot of use over the years. And then you still got the small laser, too, to throw into the mechs if necessary. Even though, let's see, what is it's got 22 armor, so it's slightly higher. Oh, this does have Indosteel. Sorry, I don't think I'd mentioned Indosteel. So that's a nice little thing, too. It's got a lot of, makes a lot more usefulness out of it. So there. Then we have the 4 Delta Bravo Echo Charlie. This is Clan Jade Wolf refit. So it took the previous version and refit it with Clan Tech. Oh yeah. So it has ER medium lasers, and so EC is supposed to be early clan. It comes in at 1611 battle value. So now you got an ER large laser and basically 6 ER medium lasers. Yeah, this thing's gonna run hot though. A little hot. Yeah, but you're gonna do a lot more damage. So you have to think about, whew, you can really barbecue this mech pretty quickly. I don't have a write-up, I don't think. Let me check here. If that is East Dimension anywhere. It's probably in one of the clan books. Like the Isle Clan book, maybe? Yeah, it says Isle Clan book, volume 14. That's where you're going to find it. And I don't know if I got that write-up in all of my stuff. So I could look. Give me a second here. Sorry, I didn't realize I was going to be doing these kind of things. No, not that I can see. Maybe it's in this file. Yeah, I have a lot of files on mechs. Well, man, a lot of books. Digging through everything here. Well, I'm just going to move on. If you have it, you can look at it. Dig it up. Take a look. Take a gander at it. All right, so that is going to be a hot mech. I don't know if it's going to, per se, but it's got a lot of extra tonnage, which could be thrown into heat sinks. And then you got the 5E Echo version. This is an upgrade to the Exterminator from 3060. New mission clothing. All right. Okay, it has an improved narc pod on it. It has all 4 of the medium lasers upgraded to ER medium lasers. The jump jets have been removed from the chassis to make room for the C3I. And make up for the lack of the jump capability, it has mass, which in, okay. And it comes in at 1532 battle value. So it's now a 6, 9, 12 per se kind of thing going on. I've seen this one on the battlefield, especially when we were playing as WOBs and against WOBs. So over the years, I've seen it on the tabletop a few times. And then one thing I always is like, where are my jump jets? That type of thing. Like I preferred to have the jump jets on it. The C3I is nice because you get part of a network and you're working together. So there's this or that. And be honest, the narc pod was always a lot of wasted space. We had guys trying to get it in close, and it's like the number of times that I'm going to fire the narc, see if it locks on, hit with everything. Narc doesn't lock on. Okay. Doesn't hit. Okay, that just sucks type of thing. So, it seemed like it was always a wasted tonnage. I'm not a big fan of the narc beacon system. I'd rather just have Artemis myself. But hey, it is what it is. Then we have the 5 Foxtrot. This was introduced in 3074. It replaces the lasers with a pair of light PPCs. The narc has been replaced with an MML-7 and 2 tons of ammunition and an ER small laser. And this comes at 1485 battle value. Okay. That's kind of nice. Light PPCs, yeah, they're doing, 5 points of damage. Not bad. Gets out there and touches things a bit. You got the MML. As an ER extended range ammo, it's like a plinker system like you're going to have with an LRM-5. It's not until you get in close with a 2nd ton of ammunition when you start hammering with the HEs that then you're doing some good damage, making up some of the damage output. But overall, not overly great, not overly bad. It just does the job. I do like the light PPCs per se. Okay. Then we have the 6CS. This is the Comstar version. It comes in at 3079 here. In the era, it carries a light PPC, a pair of medium pulse lasers, an MML-7 with 3 tons of ammunition, and case 2. So now you're better protecting all that 3 tons of ammunition. And then you have an anti-missile system is gone, replaced with a Chameleon light polarization shield and null signature system. These systems ensure that the mech is difficult to hit. Comes in at 1600 battle value. I have to say, I don't remember ever playing this version before, or even seeing it on the table. The MML would be useful in close range. It's more of a plink system, direct fire at longer ranges. And then you got the light PPC for more direct fire. And obviously it's got intersphere medium pulse lasers, which are only useful up close and 6. So by that time, you are using the HE with the MML7. And hopefully you're doing a bit of damage with that thing. Then we got the 7X X-Ray. That's when it comes in Dark Age. It has a XXL fusion engine, composite internal structure to save weight, and it has a top speed of 86 kilometers an hour, which is makes it a 5.8. And then it has 13 tons of stealth armor, which is nice. Comes with the Guardian ECM, which comes with the stealth armor. And then you have a laser anti-missile system, which, okay, it's nice to have the laser anti-missile system over a ammoed anti-missile system. And then you have the main firepower comes with 2 variable pulse lasers, speed pulse lasers, VSPs. And then it has a missile launcher. It has an MRM-10 with a ton of ammunition. And then it has a ER small still in the head, 13 double heat sinks, and a coolant pod for a quick shot of cooling agent. Comes in at 1674. The variable speed pulse lasers are nice. Stealth armor keeps you good at longer ranges. Then, oh yeah, it does have a supercharger, so you can kick it up, boost the speed there, which is nice. And it has 5 jump jets to let it, you get your mobility is back. And I just wondered if they'd have, let's see, you could put improved jump jets on that thing. Make that a little bit different. That'd be an interesting little add to it, improved jump jets. Get some extra distance on it and kind of winging it. Then we have the 4DX Exterminator Kane, personal mech of Lieutenant Kane Barclay of the Star League Defense Force. Removed the null signature and chameleon light polarization shield, as well as stripping out the weapons. In their place, he has mask, a supercharger, so he's really boosting things. And each arm carries 3 medium pulse lasers, and each laser is equipped with a laser insulator to help diffuse the heat. And an anti-missile system was retained, but the small engine dropped the cruising speed down, so now you're still 5. And the mask and the supercharger allow him to get those bursts of speeds back up again, although Barclay was successfully defeated. 10 Draconius combined mech warriors and duels. The 11th one destroyed his mech and him. Comes in at 1794. Kind of interesting. What are the design quirks on this thing? Absolute, can't even say it. Obsolete. Extended torso twist, which is nice, distracting, and difficult to maintain. That's because of all the extra equipment on board. So, yeah, kind of interesting mech. It does has its uses, but it does come with a plethora of issues. Let's just say that. So that's the Exterminator. My experience is the one that the Royal Defense version, that's the one we always went with and liked the most. Seems to get the job done the best, and that's fits my play style the most. That's what I always went with, if I could. And then later, if you could have the WOB version running around with the improved C3I, that also had some uses too. But other than that, that's it. That's the Exterminator. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Alcrex out.